What's up, everybody? Rob Ferrari here with You Betcha 488 behind me. I'm not completely sold on it. It's gorgeous. There's a bunch of stuff I like about it. I haven't really gotten to drive it yet, and today seems like a perfect day to do it. Let's go for a drive. So it's impossible to say that this car is not a blast. Now, I just had to fill up the tank because with now 209 miles on it, I was down to 1 bar of gas. And I got it with a full tank at 55 miles. So, what does that mean? That means I went through an entire tank of gas in 160 miles, give or take, which isn't good. Part of the reason for that is if you go too high in gear, the car turns off, essentially. It's like you're driving an electric car. It's so quiet. You really have to have those RPMs up over 3,000 to make any sort of noise that's gonna make you smile. And that's something that you get with the 458s and all the naturally aspirated cars. You get that resonance or that noise at low RPM, at high RPM. I mean, you could be at 2,000 RPM on any other car, which is fairly fuel efficient, and get that Ferrari sound that you love that brings a smile to your face. This one, you either have to sort of be on it to get the noise, or you have to be off the stick and you sort of lose that Ferrari-ness. So this is like the best Ferrari they've ever made to me in the performance aspect and the affordability and the look. I think everything about this car is great. It's just missing that one, the googliness, so to speak. It's missing that one thing, which is the noise. At low RPM, when you're just cruising around, it's there on demand when you want it. If I want to grab a couple of gears, there it is. I mean, we got the sound, but it just doesn't, I don't know. I'm so torn because it's such a great car, but I don't know if I'd prefer it more or less over a 458. Now let's go this way. Why not? But what a brilliant drive. I mean, it is so fast. Coming out of corners, the turbos must be small enough that there's virtually no lag when you're actually on it. The only possible downside could be the noise. I can't even tell you, I mean, Ferrari did such a bang out job with this car. You're talking it is such a surgical weapon. And I don't know how to articulate it better than that. It just does everything so well. And it's hard to imagine creating a better performing car that looks this good, that holds its value this good. There's just so many reasons that this is such a great tool for driving anywhere, especially something like this. But it's just so fast. It stops, it turns, it looks good, it sounds good. Everybody knows it's a Ferrari. Can't even tell you how great this is. There are so few cars that I could imagine having more fun with in this situation on this day. 60 degrees outside, 65 degrees outside, top down, windows down. Great curvy roads, a little early in the season right now, so you are getting a little bit of the loose gravel on the roads, but this car handles bumps well. It does everything so well. It's just the downshifting is on point. The sounds aren't the high whale, but it doesn't leave you wanting more really unless you're just cruising at slow speed. This sort of hits every chord you want it to hit. Oh yeah. It's amazing when you look at a 458, you don't think that it looks outdated. And then you see this and you're like, wow, that does look a little bit more up to date. It's just one of those things that Ferrari is so good at making every car look a little bit better than the previous one, a little bit newer, a little bit more modern. And then performance-wise, much faster. This is awesome. This is exactly what I pictured myself doing when I bought this car. And it's just as good as I could have hoped. This thing is seriously fast, seriously fun. I don't even know. Let me give you a rip down the road. Let me show you how fast it is before we get out of here. So this thing is pretty quick, and I'm glad that's not a cop because this wouldn't be incredibly legal.